Hello everybody, I'm Hannah, and today we're going to be talking about every single book that is on my TBR for the month of May. If you are new here, this is my monthly TBR video where I'm just pulling every single book that I plan on reading for May. How I like to set this up is I have a few books already pulled. Those include physical books that are already on my TBR because I know I want to read them, or because they're next in series that I'm in the middle of, or they're arcs. And I have a bunch of arcs here that I'm going to be talking about. And when I say here, I mean here because they're not physical arcs, they're all on NetGalley. So let's kick it off with those actually. So I'm starting with Nightshade by Autumn Woods. This releases June 24th, and I am so excited to read this one. I love the cover as well. I'm also reading The Love Fix by Jill Shalvis. That's also out on June 24th. Love the cover of this one too. That's actually what made me apply to get this arc. I've read a couple of Jill Shalvis books in the past too and really enjoyed them. Have The Den of Liars by Jessica S. Olsen. That releases on July 1st. Also on July 1st, I have A Forbidden Alchemy by Stacey McEwen. Have Ledge on my current month, April TBR, and I'm about to start it today right after this video actually. So I'm very excited to keep going with another series that she's starting. Absolutely love her content on Instagram. Next, I have Of Flame and Fury by Michaela Bridge. This is out July 8th, so I'm a little bit ahead there. All of these I'm hoping to read this month, but if I don't get to them, I'll try to read them in the order that they release. That way I'm not too behind on things. And then we'll get into this big stack of books I have with me. So all together, counting arcs and then the stack that I'm about to show you, I have 13 books on my TBR. So we're going to be doing a randomized spin out of the rest of the books on my TBR for 7 different books. Without further ado, first up I've got Swift and Saddled. This is the second book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. The first one is Done and Dusted. That's also on my April TBR. I'm filming this April 13th, so I still have quite a bit of the month to go. So I'm still planning on getting to Done and Dusted, but this is the second one. I'm trying to be better about reading series immediately straight through rather than letting them stall out for forever and then having to reread because I forget what happens, etc., etc. So this is Swift and Saddled and I'm very excited for it. Next up, I've got A Queen of Thieves and Chaos by K.A. Tucker. This is the third book in the, I'm not sure what she calls this series, but the first book is The Fate of Wrath and Flame. Similar story, and have the second book on my TBR for April. So hopefully I'll get to it. If I don't, then I'll be reading both books in May. Next, I have Hexed by Emily McIntyre. This is a thick book. This is the last in the Never After series. I've been reading one a month for the last couple of months with my friend Maddie. We just finished Crossed this weekend, and I gotta say it was my least favorite of any of the books so far. So I'm hoping Hexed kind of redeems the series for me and helps it finish off on a good note. I think this is a retelling or reimagining of The Little Mermaid, and the cover is just gorgeous. So hopefully I will like that one. Then we've got Chasm. This is also by Stacey McEwen. This is the second in her Glacian trilogy, and the first one is Ledge. So that's the one I was talking about that I'm going to start after I finish filming this. Then we've got a bit of a crowd favorite that I just haven't gotten to yet, and that is Sunrise on the Reaping. This is on my TBR solely because I'm so excited to read it and I think it's time. I feel like I've been waiting for this book since I first read the Hunger Games trilogy. So this is, and that was in 2011, 10 maybe? I'm very excited for this one. Then I have Queen of Shadows. If you are new around here, just so you have context for this, I've already read every single Sarah J. Maas book. I'm just trying to do a slowish reread throughout this year of all of her books. I'm trying to do one a month. Queen of Shadows is number 5 for the month of May, so this will be next on the list. I'm about halfway-ish through Heir of Fire right now. And actually, this is one of my top 3 favorite books in the series for sure. Probably like top 2. Sometimes it's favorite. I love it so much, and I'm very excited. All right, next we've got another Sunrise on the Reaping adjacent book in the sense that I just put this on the TBR because I am so excited to read it and I feel like I've been waiting for it forever. And that is Fearless by Lauren Roberts. I know people have a lot of opinions about this trilogy. I absolutely ate it up. Loved it. And I'm a huge sucker for a love triangle. So I know that's something that a lot of people didn't super love about this book, but that is one of my favorite features of anything ever because I'm toxic. I'm excited for this one. And then I was originally planning on doing a reread, but I just read Powerless, Powerful, Reckless all in like September, and I feel like I still remember them pretty well. So I think I'm just gonna dive in and raw dog this one. And I figure if there's anything important, it will come back to me, we hope. Then I have The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. I have the Barnes & Noble Special Edition here, and then I actually have the FairyLoot edition as well, so I'm really excited to read this one. I've heard it compared to The Selection meets Hunger Games, I think, which I'm pretty excited about because I love both The Selection and The Hunger Games, and meets Bridgerton, also what I've heard. And I don't like Bridgerton, so that's not really a selling point, but the historical aspect of it I think is pretty cool. Those are all the books that are currently on my TBR already. Like I said, that's 13, counting all of these and then ARCs. So kind of step 2 will be to use the random number picker and pick 7 more books. So here's what we're dealing with now. I have all of my books on my TBR numbered from 1 through 705, since there's 705 books on my TBR. We're just gonna do a random number wheel and have it pick between 1 and 705, and then whatever number that corresponds to is what'll add to my TBR. My kind of caveat to this is if it lands on a book that's part of a series, then I can read the first book in the series, because I'm not looking to jump into silly series all willy-nilly just because a wheel told me to. So let's do our first spin. So the number I got was 29. Book 29 is Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. That's, I think, the second book in her series. I think the first one is Love Redesigned, and that should be up here somewhere, so hang tight. Here it is. Very beautiful purple book. To be honest, this is really fat, and I didn't love the last series that I read by Lauren Asher, which was The Fine Print. Dreamland Billionaires, I think, is the actual name of the series. So I'm a little bit apprehensive, but I feel like it could work. That's now part of it. Spinning for our next number. Next number is 45. Considering there's 705 numbers in here, I feel like those are really close together. 45. Okay, interesting. It's The Winners by Fredrik Backman. I don't really know how to say his name, but that is the third book in the Beartown trilogy. So in theory, I would start with Beartown, which I believe would be right behind me because there are Fredrik Backman books over here, but I'm gonna go up to grab it. Ever since this came out, I feel like people have been raving about the whole series, and so I'm excited to finally read it. It does intimidate me a little bit. People say that it can be kind of boring at the beginning and to just push through because it's amazing, so hopefully they're right. Making my third spin, and we've got 7. These are all so close together. This is 85. 85 is, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. This is Iron Gold. So the first one in that series is Red Rising. I hear so many great things about Red Rising, and I feel like I'm gonna love it, but it freaks me out to start so many series this month. But people do say amazing things about it, so I do want to read it. We're gonna put it on. We're gonna see what happens. All right, we're changing it up. Fourth number is 584. So let's see. 584 is. It is The Devil Wears Black by L.J. Shen, which I don't think that's part of a series. It appears not to be part of a series, so I'm gonna go get it. It looks like this, and I think it's just a dark-ish romance, so we'll see how it goes. I have not read an L.J. Shen book before, but I do have a couple of them. I have a friend who is obsessed with L.J. Shen, so I'm excited to see where this goes. That was number 4, so we're on number 5 for number picking. If this is towards the beginning again, I'm gonna freak out. Oh my gosh. 25. No, 26. That's super close to what we were looking at before, so I might just be reading another one in the series. So the next one is Onyx by Jennifer Armentrout, but already in the middle of a Jennifer Armentrout series. Okay, so I am going to cheat the rules a little bit. Basically what's going on here, she's re-releasing covers for this series. So it starts with Obsidian. Onyx is the second book, so I'd be reading Obsidian first anyway. There's 5 books and only those 2 have been released. The next one gets re-released in July. So I think what I'm going to do, because I'm already in the middle of a JLA series, is just take the next one in that series because they're already done. They've been re-released and I have all of them. I've read the first one. So that series is called the Covenant series. The first one's Half-Blood. I read that in November. And then the second book is Pure. It's got some spreads on it. So I'm going to read this one. To be honest, I don't remember loving Half-Blood and I don't remember a ton of it. I can find a recap somewhere. It's been out for a long time. And I'm hoping that things will come back to me if I need them. We'll put that one on the TBR. That's number 5. We have 2 more spins and I'm hoping that we get some variety. My laptop understood the assignment. This is 321, which is not close to anything else they've been looking at, so go team. I'm upset. Number 3 is Things That Matter by Charles Krauthammer, which I believe is a nonfiction. I believe I will hate it. I'm pretty sure that I got this for a leadership class in school at some point. It's won a Pulitzer. We'll see if I can get this on audio. this is the book. Not very passionate anytime like nonfiction shows up. We'll see how that goes. Last pick is 388. Still kind of close, but not too close. Stop. 388 is Chasm by Stacey McEwen, which is already on our list. So we have two options, which is that I could do another one or just leave it the way that it is. And I think I'm just gonna leave it the way that it is, and we'll have 19 books on our TBR. I tend to not finish them all anyway, and I have a feeling I'll have some rollover anyway from April to May, because I've only read 6 books so far this month, and it's the 13th, and 4 of those were arcs. I'm not making great progress as far as clearing my TBR, but we'll see how that goes. So let me add all of these, and then we'll do a little recap situation. All right, so as a recap, here's what's on our May TBR. I've got A Queen of Themes and Chaos by K.A. Tucker. I've got Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. Chasm Twice by Stacey McEwen. Hext by Emily McIntyre. Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Fearless by Lauren Roberts. The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. Things That Matter by whoever the heck this guy is. Pure by Jennifer L. Armentrout. The Devil Wears Black by L.J. Shen. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Beartown by Friedrich Bachman. Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I am not gonna lie, I'm so freaking stoked for this TBR. I think it's gonna be amazing. There's so many books in here that I've been so excited about for a long time. I think it's gonna be a great freaking month. So I'm very excited. With that, I think we will wrap up for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back soon. Go have a great day on purpose. Thank you.